The Kansanshi Cycling Weekend is proudly brought to you by First Quantum Minerals, together with Bell Equipment.
Here in Zambia, we don't have a lot of cyclists. So this is one opportunity that we've been given to make cycling grow in Zambia, specifically here in Solwezi, where there is no much sports. It makes me happy to go out there where people would see you and would want to join the team. People are encouraged to come and participate in this kind of races.
The weekend is all about cycling in Zambia. We've got the mountain bike race, that's today, tomorrow a road race. And we've got a lot of interest from guys in Lusaka and the rest of Zambia. Most of the guys don't do mountain biking. And a lot of them do road biking, so that's why we combine the two. And tomorrow's race is part of the whole Cycling Association of Zambia's series for the year. So it counts for points on the general classification.
Cyclists from around Zambia and a few from South Africa gathered at the Trident College School in Solwezi for the first event of the weekend. A challenging and technical route lay ahead for the riders as they tackle either the 30 or 50 kilometer course through the beautiful Kansanshi Mine Game Reserve.
It's a unique challenge, I think, that First Quantum has and that I have, which is that it is to try and create something where nothing existed before. Something I've realized since I came and started working here is that you need a culture around a sport. You don't get sporting champions just sort of popping up out of nowhere, in countries where that sport doesn't exist. So one of the first things that we have to do, and something that makes a lot of the kids growing up here riding bikes really important, is that we have to build that culture of cycling, to create that sort of feeling among people growing up in Zambia that cycling is something to do.
You drive me crazy, you sexy thing. I love you so, yeah, baby, you
hills, narrow forest single track, steep technical rock climbs, waterfalls and river crossings are just par for the course out here in the northwestern province of Zambia, where single track dominates.
Never let me down. You got me going crazy. I never sleep at night.
Mountain biking is a fairly new sport to most Zambians. However, it is quickly becoming very popular with the youth, and this is in part thanks to the huge efforts of Kansanshi Mine, who started a cycling development program. Kansanshi Mining, owned by First Quantum Minerals, has made major progress in growing the sport at grassroots level in the country.
In Solwezi, a lot of youths, they just move around and do sorts of things, drinking beer, doing what. But since the mine has helped us a lot, we've moved us away from those things and put sport as part of the thing that youth must take.
So if you look at the guys we have on the team here, most of them weren't riding. They didn't even really know fully what cycling was until 3-4 years ago. You know, I train with the guys and sometimes we'll go up a hill that to us all is pretty easy now, and they'll be like, you know, 3 years ago we used to walk up this hill, we couldn't ride our bikes up here. And we've gone from that to, you know, guys like Bernard who came second to me today. I mean, I've been cycling for more than 10 years and it's not easy to beat him. In fact, he beat me in a race 2 weeks ago. So we've come from guys just cycling not existing here to them, you know, they've traveled to South Africa, they've raced on the same courses as Philip Bass and Max Knox and all of those guys. And that's all come from very recently, nothing at all. So, you know, the development it's happening very quickly. We're really getting somewhere with the guys. And, you know, I can only imagine 4 years from now where we'll be.
My goal is to make sure that I see some of our cyclists, especially from the Kansanshi cycling team, to be in the 2020 Olympics, hopefully.
We saw that sport is non-existent in this town. So we are driving school sports. We are driving cycling, and we want to take it further. We want to uplift people through sport. For us, the feedback we get from the community is what we, you know, that's enough for us. It takes people's time, that's what it takes. Mostly it's people's time and effort to plow back in the community, to be involved with them, to go out into the community and interact and coach and train and get people excited about sport again.
The future of Zambian sport is in corporate hands. You know, we're a developing country and our government has to focus on development. So it's companies like First Quantum who step up and put, you know, time, money. You know, a lot of the people here organizing this race, okay, I have the privilege of being a cyclist full-time, but a lot of the people who put a lot of time and effort into creating this race are people who are trying to run a very big company at the same time. Without that, none of this would happen. You wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here. You know, it just, yeah.
In the men's 50-kilometer race, it was coach Ryan Ellis that showed his talent, taking a resounding victory ahead of his Kansanshi cycling teammates and development riders Bernard Saulumbu and Bedias Dunkanya. In the 30-kilometer, the juniors reigned supreme as Ian Berger and Kirsten McDonald hit the top step off the podium. So after the dust had settled and the racing was done, it was time to kick back to the chilled vibes of Lusaka-based band The Game of Tones. After a good night's sleep, the cycling festivities continued on Sunday morning with the Kansanshi road race, with many riders vying for the points on offer as this race forms part of the national series. Riders could choose either a 40 or 80 kilometer option, with cyclists enjoying the smooth tar roads within the boundaries of the Kansanshi copper mine in Solwezi, as well as a brand new road recently constructed by the mining company to enable easy access to the Kansanshi copper smelter.
Bell Equipment, we do a lot of the mining equipment, so we obviously business partners with FQMO. They've got a lot of the Bell Equipment on site, so we have a branch here in Solwezi, and a lot of the guys are involved with cycling here within Zambia. It's not just that we enjoy supporting the cycling event, but it's also something that's close to our hearts, and cycling is a big thing within Bell itself. Yeah. Just seeing the effects that it has on the community, it's obviously something that we wanted to get involved in. So we've tried to support it over the last couple of years. We've been a sponsor, and yeah, we put time and effort into supporting the cycling here within Solwezi through events like this.
At the sharp end of the 80-kilometer race, the peloton had started to splinter as the group of 15 had been whittled down to just 6, forming the chasing pack, while Omar Mwene and Sydney Juma had put the hammer down, creating a sizable gap on the last 20-kilometer stretch towards the finish. Keep in mind here, young Sydney had the 50-kilometer mountain bike race the previous day still in his legs. The chase group seems to have left things too late to catch Omar and Sydney, but this didn't stop the racing for third place, as the tactics come into play on the last climb towards the finish. In the end, it was Omar who pipped Sydney to the post, while South African Jason Meaton timed his sprint to the line, managing to clinch the final spot on the podium in the 80-kilometer race. Well done to all the riders for some excellent racing over the course of the weekend. Some real talent for the future is emerging from this small mining town in Zambia. We look forward to what 2018 has to offer. The Kansanshi Cycling Weekend was proudly brought to you by First Quantum Minerals, together with Bell Equipment.